All right, everybody, if you would for me, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. So, do have a new review for you. The movie is Sisu, Road to Revenge. Sisu Road to Revenge. So, if you remember on my channel years ago, I did watch the prequel to this. So, this is actually the sequel to the 2022 movie, just simply titled Sisu. And so I don't really know any of the actors in here because they're all foreign actors. But I do know Stephen Lang in here. So Stephen Lang is in this movie. He wasn't in the first movie, but Stephen Lang is in this one. This is written and directed by John Mari Hollander. Don't know who that is. I don't know if he directed the first one, so he might have. And like I said, Stephen Lang is in here. He is a main star in this. So Sisu Road to Revenge uh, is pretty much an action film. Uh, it's about we basically revisit our silent main protagonist from the first movie, played by I think it Jorma Tamila, I believe that's his name. So he's really silent. He doesn't talk throughout this entire film, just like in the first movie. Silent protagonist. And our silent protagonist in this movie, rather than mining for gold like he was in the first film, this time he's trying to make it back to his family. He's like, you know what? A lot of blood, death, and carnage in the first movie. So I just want to make it back to my family in this movie. And uh, so on the way there, he encounters more Nazis. This does take place in Finland, 1946. So this is 2 years after the first movie because I looked it up just to remind myself. But the first movie also took place in Finland, but that was in 1944. So this is 2 years after the first movie. So our silent protagonist, he's like I say, he's trying to get back to his family. The only problem is, he's got to cross enemy lines to get to his family. He got a lovely wife, kid, and he just wants to get back to him. And we know those pesky Nazi soldiers are back at it again, messing with him. So he has to fight his way through that. All the while, Stephen Lang, who does play the villain in here, plays the villain in pretty much anything. So Stephen Lang is like, well, no, I gotta hunt him down because there's a secret between those two, and I will not ruin that. I will not spoil it, as this is a non-spoiler review. But one thing I will say about Sisu, just like the first one's pretty violent. Okay, so that one was violent. And it's crazy because I just started slowly remembering how violent the first movie was because I watched this one, and when I was watching it, I didn't realize how violent. I was like, "Oh, this movie's violent." And I think I remembered in my previous review for the first movie, I did say Sisu was like it's like a cross between like John Wick and a Quentin Tarantino film with all the blood and carnage and extreme violence. Um, I said Steve Lang, he's really good in here. He plays the villain, and I thought he was kind of like a cool, sort of like calculated type villain. Um, and like I said, there's something with there's a reason why he's after the main character. After all, this movie is called The Road to Revenge, so there you have it. Um, but no, this is like I said, this movie's it's violent, it's very graphic. You got like limbs, heads getting ripped off, and while your silent protagonist, he's kicking ass throughout the entire film. Uh, so like this type of I actually did like this type of action. Um, and I know usually like action movies for action's sake can get repetitive depending on how you look at it. But I think Sisu comes up with like different inventive ways to keep itself sort of to keep it interesting. I wasn't bored throughout this at all. Um, and even with this movie having a paper thin plot, which it does, it's a very thin plot. But where I give Sisu props for, honestly, is it only being an hour and 29 minutes. So it's not even a full hour and 30. It's an hour and 29 minutes because I thought it was an hour and 30. But this movie, uh, it does so much to keep you entertained. Um, and like I said, the directing is really good. The special effects are pretty good. I think a lot of this, I don't even think any of this was CG. I think a lot of this was practical too, if I'm not mistaken. A lot of these effects look very practical. Um, it is. It looks like they did so much with such a little budget, and it's the same thing with the first movie. Because first movie, these were small films. They're not like they don't seem like they're big bombastic Hollywood type films, but it's the way they handle the action with the practical effects, all that stuff. Like I said, even if the story was a little lackluster, just like the first movie was the same way. And I'll actually have the first movie linked. My review to the first movie linked in the video, like I did some of my other reviews. So Sisu, like I said, this is a really entertaining film, even if the story isn't like super crazy. And I don't know. I think you'll have fun with it. I think you have blast with it. I have fun with it. Um, there were a lot of moments where I was going, "Ooh, oh, jeez." It is a bloody, violent film. Uh, and it works for what it does. It knows exactly what it is. Like I said, it's only a minute. It's only an hour and a half, so it gets in, gets out. Uh, yeah, I am going to give Sisu. I think I'm going to give it a solid recommend. I think I gave the first one a solid. So I'm gonna give this one a solid also. So I think I remember bits and pieces of my review for the first movie, but yeah, this one's gonna get a solid recommend. Like I said, really violent, over the top sometimes, kind of goofy and funny. Uh, and there's just so much acting from your main character, even though he doesn't talk. Uh, and it was interesting because I found out what this word Sisu means. Sisu is basically a Finnish term for the resilience to keep going, the undying perseverance to keep moving forward. So which is really appropriate for these movies. So if you're into the action genre or whatever, definitely give Sisu Road to Revenge a watch. And if you ever find it on streaming, because Sisu Road to Revenge is on Netflix. That's where I saw it on. I don't know where the first one is being streamed at, but if you ever find the first one, definitely check that one out too. I gave that one a pretty good review also, so that's my review for Sisu Road to Revenge. And again, that was a solid recommend. And if you want to comment below in the comment section, tell me if you saw it and tell me what you thought about it. And I will see you in the next review. Peace.